Have you ever felt stuck, bored, lost, unhappy because you're not getting what you want out of life? Well, I might be able to help you with that. See, it wasn't that long ago I was struggling with a lot. I'm still struggling actually, but why is it that when we have an idea for something or to go after something we crave and want in our lives that we are met with so much internal and external resistance? What is actually stopping us from truly achieving all the things, all the wonderful things that this life and experiences we can have on this planet? Like, what's stopping us is getting what we desire? And first of all, I want you to realize this is a good place to be in, to recognize that you're unhappy with the way things are going and that you are more and you want something more and you want more feeling, more adventure, more love, more happiness, more freedom. That's a good place to be in. So in this recognition of our current situation and lifestyle, we can appreciate that fine-tuning of just like one or more aspects of our life could be a lot better. Just a little thing though can twist and turn and make everything, even the smallest thing, can actually lead to a chain reaction. And in that chain reaction, that can lead to other areas in your life where things will start to get easier and you'll start achieving progress in other areas that you didn't even think about. So like when you actually start focusing on one area, whether it's your fitness or, a relationship or your career, work, your hobby, anything that it is, and you're trying to get better and you want to be better, you want to be more proficient, you want to have a better life, you want to be a better communicator, a better football player. When you start working on the skills of one, they will start bleeding into the other, and then the next, and then the next. So they'll all feed into each other. And you'll start to see an effect where, like a chain reaction, and it will just grow exponentially. Now, I'm not just going to say, well, just do things when you don't want to. There is a reward in that. Of course, there is being able to push past and our perceived mental and physical limits to get stuff done. But that advice is simply too generic. It really needs to be more specific to get the results that you're after. And it all starts with small habits and small habits daily and doing a small thing daily, 5, 10, 15 minutes. So I want you to recognize why and kind of look at the behavior as if we're kind of having a sort of out of body experience. You get to the point of stopping and take a moment, gather your thoughts and feelings and realize, why are we putting things off? It's only then that we can take a look at ourselves and see clearly why we aren't pushing for a better body, a better work-life balance, more love, better relationships, a better career, whatever you're able to go after and to achieve, and whatever freedom that you want out of this life. So once you've taken stock of all those things that you think you can improve, write down, why are you feeling this, and what are you feeling, and what are you going to do to achieve what you want, and why are you not doing what you should be doing, and what's stopping you? What's stopping me? Why am I procrastinating? Why are you procrastinating? It's only when we break down and realize why that we can realize what the obstacles to get the success are, that we can move forwards and break the cycle of inaction and break the cycle of inactivity. The key to doing more is understanding why you want more in the first place. I know I sound like a broken drum, but hear me out. What will you do to get there? To build the habits that require you to be your best self. Because if we only do the things when we feel like it, we're never going to get anything done, are we? I mean, let's be honest, the hard things are hard for a reason. There's a reason why not everyone is successful. There's a reason why maybe 2 or 3% or 5% of people have got the success that they wanted. That doesn't mean financial, it doesn't mean being famous, it doesn't mean, owning all this stuff that we don't need. It's your definition of success. It's how does my life look like? Am I spending time with my family and friends? Am I a good person? Am I contributing to the world? Have I got a lot going on that I'm proud of? Am I proud of myself daily? Am I proud of what I'm going after? Am I proud of where I spend my time and who I spend my time with? And if you're not, then it's time to change. And it's time to make a change. And your gut will tell you that. And the key to doing more Understanding why. Do you want more in the first place? You've got to understand why. Why is the big thing. You'll barely get anything done when we're tired and things. You've just got to keep pushing. So that mind frame of getting it done, you're going to have to do a little bit every day. And that's when the reward comes, okay? Because the motivation comes after. Motivation doesn't come before doing success or being successful. Motivation comes after, when we build momentum, when we get shit done, when we push ourselves past inaction and boredom and insecurity. Only then can we be free and happy and motivated. Use your pain in the past and the present to move forward. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult, but what is the alternative? To stay in the same place? No. That's not a future I would like. Not for myself, not for you guys. I actually worked with one of my clients recently, and basically they were having trouble talking to their partner and telling them what they wanted out of the relationship. What I helped them to sort of get to, and what I helped them to realize, is that they need to start speaking up and they need to start communicating. I didn't tell them to do that. That was all inside of them. They did all the work. I just helped them along the way a little bit. And now, after several weeks already of working with them, their relationship is way better. They're communicating better. They're talking daily, and they weren't talking sometimes for a whole day. Now they're talking daily, and that's a big thing for my client. They have realized that just that doing that, like one thing of just talking to their partner for 5 or 10 minutes and confronting why they're not talking, why are they in a funk, why are they going through the motions, what's happening there, what's the tension there, what is going on. Just having that 5 or 10, 15-minute conversation daily with their partner has helped them tremendously, and it's actually starting to filter into other areas of their lives actually. And to me, that would just seem really powerful. I was so grateful to be able to help my client and make them like understand that they had all the power inside of them. I helped them to uncover it, but they had it all inside them the whole time. Just needed a little gentle nudging in the right direction, and it was really powerful to see the plan that they laid out for themselves, and it was so gratifying because it's bled into other areas of their life, and now they're starting to focus on their career. They're pushing for job promotion, the better results in the gym. It's all led into a happier, healthier life, and that's just from one area. So if that just leave you just with one thing from this video, it's like, just if you can just improve in one area, it will start to help you in other areas in ways that you won't even imagine yet. So what you want to do is trick your brain into doing just 5 minutes. So just 5 minutes of what you need to do. And once you get started, you'll be able to keep the ball rolling and keep going and keep going and keep going. Because once you sit down and start to say, okay, I'm going to start writing a book. I'm going to write a chapter for 5 minutes. I'm going to commit to 6 pages a day. I think Stephen King, R.R. Martin, yes, R.R. Martin and Stephen King, they were at, I think, a conference, and George R.R. Martin, who wrote Game of Thrones, he asked Stephen King, he said to him, I struggle with writing books, and if I manage to get a few chapters done in 6 months, then that's a success. Or half a book, or a book written in like 6 months, 8 months, that's a success. How the hell do you write so fast, Stephen King? And he started laughing, and he says, well, because he knocks out a book basically every 2 months, right? So he broke it down and he said, well, I commit to doing 6 pages every day. So if you do 6 pages every day, that's 30 days, that's 180 pages. So that's already half a book, roughly 300-400 pages. So it's that simple thing of just committing to something small. So he commits to 6 pages. That might take him an hour or 2, 3 hours, whatever. But it's about committing to just doing it daily, day in, day out, day in, day out. It's the simple, small actions. It's like when you see the dishes. You see a pile of dishes in the sink, you don't want to do it, do you? So, you say to yourself, right, okay, if it's just 3 minutes, it's just 3 minutes, or it's just 5 minutes. And if it takes you 10 or 15 or 20 minutes, you'll end up keep going. But once you get started, that's when you put yourself in a position to succeed. So you've just got to break down those little habits into time chunks. Just go, okay, I'm just going to dedicate 5-10 minutes to this. That 5 minutes will turn into half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and then you all of a sudden doing 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day, like daily. You could have worked on whatever project you're working on or habit you're working on, in a month you could have done approximately 40 hours quite easily. You know, if you did 2 hours a day, 5 days a week even, that's 40 hours already. That's 40 hours more than you did the month before. So you can imagine how that compounds over time. If you did that for 3 months, if you did it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, you'd be able to get a lot more clarity and vision going forwards for what you want, and certainly progress also. So that vision of the future, it must propel you forward. Think about all those things that you're putting off, and now think about how your future could look. Think about all the obstacles in the way. Plan for those obstacles. All right? So if you plan in training in your mind that there are going to be obstacles, then the actual doing will be much easier. How different could your life be in 6 months, a year, or 2 years? How different? How much change? How much change could you see in 6 months or a year, 2 years? Write down, why exactly do you want these things? What do you want out of life? And what will you do to achieve them and keep making progress? Because motivation comes after the doing, all right, not before. If you enjoyed this video, thank you. Please subscribe, and there should be another video here you can watch.